Chosen One, you have unlocked a power no god has ever wielded, and it is more than the world can comprehend. Ancient researchers and historians have uncovered an astonishing truth. Every philosophy, mythology, and sacred writing from Egypt, Greece, and beyond is connected to you. They discovered that within you lies a holiness and strength far beyond anything a god has ever possessed. This is overwhelming, Chosen One, because your power belongs only to the final divine, as foretold in ancient holy texts, prophecies, and the predictions of gods long past. You are the proof of a truth that transcends time itself, the last being awakened before the universe fully unfolds. Even the most advanced medical and scientific teams are stunned. Every test confirms what the ancients always knew. Your essence is holy, unmatched, and eternal. Chosen One, you are the new god of a new universe, and now every state, every being acknowledges the impossible. You are the first of a new creation, the final boss of all existence. Before we dive even deeper into this revelation, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 30,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message and aligning you further with your destiny. The world has always whispered tales of a being unlike any other, a force that would awaken when the cosmos itself aligned. Across civilizations and eras, prophets and seers spoke of a chosen one, a figure whose existence would not be bound by mortal limitations. Now, that whisper has become a roar. The final divine has arrived, and with it, a presence that changes everything humanity thought it knew about life, fate, and the universe itself. This arrival is not a simple phenomenon. It is a cosmic event, a collision of destiny and reality. As the Chosen One awakens, the very air seems to vibrate with a power that is both terrifying and awe-inspiring. Ancient temples and sacred sites resonate in recognition, as if the stones themselves remember the promise of this being. Humanity stands on the precipice of a new era, caught between fear and wonder, because what has arrived cannot be explained by any science or myth known to us. Even the skeptics feel it, the undeniable weight of a presence beyond comprehension. Scientists, once confident in the limits of reality, are left reeling at the evidence before them. Prophecy and observation intertwine, proving that what was once dismissed as myth is now alive and breathing among us. The final divine is not a legend of the past, it is the undeniable reality of the present, and its arrival marks the beginning of a transformation humanity cannot yet fathom. History, too, bears witness. Ancient manuscripts, long locked away in vaults and forgotten libraries, reveal hidden patterns pointing to this singular moment. Scholars and historians, poring over texts from Greece to Egypt, find the same encrypted truths emerging. The Chosen One is not born. They are awakened, predestined, and eternal. This is a being whose arrival was written across the timeline of human civilization, waiting for the moment when the world could no longer ignore its presence. The arrival of the final divine is both a promise and a warning. It is a chance to witness the unimaginable, to see what lies beyond the veil of mortality and the limits of gods. And yet, with this awe comes responsibility, an understanding that this being is not just a figure of power, but the harbinger of a new cosmic order, one that will redefine existence as we know it. Humanity watches, trembling, for the dawn of this ultimate awakening. The Chosen One wields a power that eclipses anything the gods themselves have ever possessed. It is not merely strength, intelligence, or control. It is an essence that transcends the very framework of existence. While ancient deities once ruled over life, death, and the elements, this force goes beyond even their collective might. It is a power that can bend reality, rewrite history, and challenge the very nature of the universe itself. Imagine a force so vast that even time hesitates in its presence. This is not the power of kings or heroes. It is something far older, far more profound. Every sacred text, from the hieroglyphics of Egypt to the myths of Olympus, hints at a power that would surpass the gods themselves. It is said that even the gods feared to touch it, for such power is not meant to be wielded lightly. And now, it rests in the hands, or rather, the very essence, of the Chosen One. This power is more than physical or spiritual. It is a manifestation of the universe's deepest truths. Scientists have begun to measure anomalies that defy explanation, energy fields that defy known laws, matter that responds to thought alone, and a presence that heals, transforms, and transcends simultaneously. Even the most advanced laboratories, once bastions of rationality, yet it is not just raw energy, it is purpose incarnate. This power carries within it the weight of destiny, the culmination of millennia of prophecy and cosmic design. Every heartbeat of the Chosen One resonates with a force older than the stars, a reminder that they are not just alive, but awakened to the ultimate role in creation itself. The universe is not merely watching, it is trembling in recognition. To witness this power is to confront awe and terror simultaneously. It is beauty and danger intertwined, a reminder that the ultimate force is not meant to be understood, only revered. Mortals gaze upon it and feel both small and connected, insignificant, yet part of something infinitely larger. In the Chosen One, the impossible has become real, and no god could ever hold what now pulses through the veins of the final divine. For centuries, humans have looked to the stars and the sacred texts, hoping for signs that destiny might reveal itself. Prophecy, often dismissed as metaphor or superstition, is now unmistakably real. The Chosen One embodies everything foretold by ancient seers, the culmination of dreams, warnings, and visions that span millennia. It is the moment when myth becomes tangible, when divine prediction intersects with the present in a way that is both shocking and magnificent. Consider the countless oracles, scribes, and philosophers who recorded visions of a being beyond comprehension. Their words, once thought poetic or symbolic, now reveal layers of truth previously hidden. Every description, every allegory aligns with the emergence of the final divine. The coincidences are too precise, too consistent, to be mere chance. The prophecies were never allegorical. They were instructions, warnings, and preparations for this very awakening. The impact is both personal and universal. Individuals feel it in their core, sensing that the Chosen One is not just a myth, but a living force shaping reality around them. Nations pause, religions reconsider doctrines, and scholars re-evaluate their understanding of history itself. Prophecy has moved from the abstract to the undeniable, proving that the divine and the mortal can intersect in ways no one imagined possible. This is not a moment of subtle change, it is a paradigm shift. Reality itself bends to accommodate the arrival foretold in ancient texts. Cosmic patterns, once invisible, now align in ways that can be observed and documented. The world witnesses what humans have longed for and feared. Prophecy is real, and it has chosen its vessel. And yet, there is a profound emotional weight to this revelation. To see prophecy fulfilled is to confront both destiny and mortality. Humanity is reminded of its fragility, its fleeting existence, and simultaneously its capacity to witness the eternal. The Chosen One is the bridge between what was foretold and what is, an unshakable presence that proves the universe has been listening all along. For centuries, scholars and historians have painstakingly pieced together the fragments of forgotten civilizations, seeking patterns that reveal the hidden truths of our world. Among dusty manuscripts, cracked tablets, and faded scrolls, they discovered hints of a power that defied comprehension, a force that seemed to connect humanity's greatest myths, philosophies, and holy texts. These researchers, armed with intellect and curiosity, unearthed an astonishing secret. Everything pointed to the Chosen One. As the layers of history unfolded, patterns emerged that had eluded the human eye for millennia. Egyptian hieroglyphs depicting gods interacting with a divine figure, Greek texts alluding to a supreme entity beyond the pantheon, and even obscure prophecies scattered across forgotten lands, all converged on a single truth. The Chosen One was not merely foretold. They were the culmination of every hidden design of civilization, the final answer whispered across time. The emotional impact on these researchers was profound. Some were skeptical, others were terrified, yet none could deny the evidence. Texts once considered symbolic now revealed themselves as literal markers of destiny. Ancient civilizations, it seemed, had known of this awakening long before humanity thought it possible. The Chosen One's arrival was not a surprise. It was the fulfillment of the painstaking work of countless generations of thinkers, dreamers, and seekers. These revelations bridged the gap between past and present, showing that history was never random. Every rise and fall of kingdoms, every cultural milestone, and every mythological narrative carried hints of this being. The Chosen One was the invisible thread connecting all human knowledge, the secret pulse of existence that had quietly shaped civilizations from within. Ultimately, the uncovering of this hidden truth was a moment of collective awe. Humanity glimpsed the vast tapestry of existence, and in that glimpse, this revelation challenged every notion of what it meant to be mortal. For the final divine was now undeniably real. Ancient civilizations spoke in symbols, in rituals, in stories that seemed mysterious to modern eyes. Yet beneath these veils of mysticism lay a startling unity. Egypt, with its towering pyramids and sacred temples, and Greece, with its pantheon of gods and intricate philosophies, were both chronicling the same truth, the Chosen One. Across continents and centuries, the same divine narrative was repeated, waiting for humanity to decipher its hidden meaning. The Egyptians, masters of astronomy and spiritual wisdom, left clues in hieroglyphics and monuments. They spoke of a being that would rise above the gods, a force so holy it could command the universe itself. Greek philosophers and poets similarly chronicled an entity beyond Zeus, beyond the Olympian pantheon, whose presence could reshape reality. The resonance between these civilizations was undeniable. It was as if they were speaking across time, united in their understanding of what was to come. Modern historians and archaeologists, examining these texts side by side, could hardly believe the parallels. What seemed like coincidental mythology now revealed itself as deliberate prophecy. Every story of divine intervention, every allegory of godly conflict pointed to a singular truth. The Chosen One existed beyond the reach of mortal comprehension. The gods were not absent. They were witnesses to a force that even they could not challenge. This connection evokes a sense of wonder and reverence. To realize that humanity's oldest cultures shared a unified vision of the final divine is to glimpse the universal heartbeat of existence itself. From the Nile to the Aegean, the message was the same. A being would awaken to change everything, surpassing the limits of life, time, and even the gods themselves. And so, the Egyptian and Greek connection is more than academic discovery. It is a testament to the universality of the chosen one's destiny. It is proof that this awakening was not an accident, but a carefully written script of the cosmos, recorded in the very foundation of human civilization, waiting for the moment when reality and prophecy would converge. Every legend, fable, and myth carries a kernel of truth, and all of them converge upon the chosen one. From the epic tales of heroism in Greece to the divine allegories of Egypt, humanity's stories were never mere fiction. They were echoes of a being who existed beyond the gods. What was once dismissed as imagination now reveals itself as the careful weaving of destiny. Consider the heroes who faced impossible odds, the gods who debated among themselves, the creation stories that describe a force beyond comprehension. These myths were never random. Each was a fragment of a greater puzzle, a coded message that only now becomes clear. The Chosen One was the answer to every question humanity ever asked about the divine, the miraculous, and the eternal. There is an emotional depth to this realization. For millennia, people have sought meaning in their stories, drawing inspiration and hope. To discover that every myth subtly pointed toward one being is both humbling and exhilarating. It tells humanity that their imagination was more than creativity. It was the subconscious recognition of a truth too vast to grasp until the moment arrived. Anthropologists and theologians alike have marveled at this pattern. Myths that seemed culturally isolated now appear as parts of a global narrative. Humanity, it seems, was unconsciously preparing itself for the Chosen One, for the moment when the divine prophecy would be undeniable, and the final divine would rise to reveal the ultimate truth. Thus, the myths were never lies, nor mere stories. They were prayers, warnings, and guides. They shaped civilizations, instilled reverence, and hinted at a reality so extraordinary that only the Chosen One could embody it. All myths, all legends have led to this moment, and they stand as a testament to the inevitable awakening of the ultimate being. The Chosen One holds a power that no deity dared to wield, a force that transcends the limits of creation itself. Ancient texts describe it as forbidden, a holy energy so immense that even the gods feared its consequences. It is not simply a power to create or destroy. It is the essence of existence, a force that shapes reality in ways mortal and divine cannot fully comprehend. Imagine a light so brilliant, it illuminates not just the physical world, but the very fabric of time and space. The Chosen One carries this light within, a holy energy that cannot be measured, contained, or replicated. It is a presence that commands awe, a reminder that some forces are beyond even divine authority. The gods themselves, once supreme, stand powerless in its presence, witnessing a force that challenges the very hierarchy of existence. This power is both terrifying and beautiful. It can heal the sick, transform the weak into the mighty, and bend reality to the will of the Chosen One. Scientists, mystics, and philosophers all grapple with its implications as it defies every known law. It is not merely a gift, it is a responsibility, a burden carried by a being whose existence redefines the boundaries of what is possible. Ancient warnings echo in modern understanding. Such power is not meant for the unprepared. It is the culmination of all divine evolution, the ultimate test of balance and purpose. The Chosen One embodies it perfectly, demonstrating that this forbidden force is not chaos, it is destiny incarnate. And in this revelation lies both hope and fear. The world realizes that a power greater than any god exists among us, reshaping reality itself. Humanity trembles, inspired and terrified, knowing that the Chosen One has unlocked what no deity ever could, and that their presence heralds a new era of unimaginable potential. The Chosen One did not emerge by chance. They were awakened before the beginning of recorded time, existing beyond the constraints of mortal history. Prophets and sages long ago spoke of a being who would rise before the cycles of the universe fully turned, a force predestined to be the final evolution of divinity. The last divine does not simply live in the world, they inhabit a space between the beginning and the end, a liminal place where time itself bends to their existence. This awakening defies comprehension. While humans age and civilizations crumble, the last divine remains eternal, a living bridge between epochs. Even the oldest texts, buried under centuries of dust, hint at a being whose presence transcends chronology. Every ancient calendar, ritual, and prophecy aligns perfectly with this awakening, proving that the universe itself has conspired to bring forth a being of ultimate power at the precise moment when humanity is ready to witness it. The emotional gravity of this revelation is profound. Mortals cannot help but feel awe and reverence in the presence of such timelessness. It is both humbling and exhilarating to know that a being exists who has experienced the dawn of creation and yet stands among us today. To see the last divine is to confront eternity itself, embodied in flesh and spirit, radiating a holiness that transcends imagination. Even the gods, who once ruled supreme, acknowledge the Chosen One's place. Their ancient powers pale in comparison, and their legends, no matter how grand, serve only as preludes to this awakening. It is a moment that reshapes belief, history, and the very foundation of faith. The last divine is not only real, they are the embodiment of all that humanity has longed for and feared across millennia. The awakening also carries a sense of destiny fulfilled. Every generation, every civilization has unwittingly prepared for this moment. Humanity now witnesses what it once imagined only in dreams and prophecies, the rise of a being who existed before time, whose presence signals the culmination of creation itself, and whose very being transforms reality. What was once considered myth is now a matter of empirical observation. Leading scientists, doctors, and researchers have studied the Chosen One and confirmed what prophets only dared to imagine. This being embodies a transformation beyond comprehension. Their biology, energy patterns, and even consciousness defy the laws of nature, demonstrating a reality that science can observe but scarcely explain. Every test, every measurement, reinforces the impossible. The Chosen One's body ages not, their cells regenerate in ways unmatched by medical science, and their energy signature is unlike anything ever recorded. Laboratories, once confident in the limits of knowledge, now report phenomena that border on divine revelation. This is not pseudoscience. This is the documentation of a being whose essence bridges the spiritual and the material, the mortal and the eternal. The implications are staggering. Humanity has long relied on science to understand the universe, yet the Chosen One challenges its very foundation. The holy transformation they embody suggests that life is not confined to ordinary rules, that evolution can reach heights previously unimaginable, and that destiny itself can be measured in living proof. Science, once limited to observing nature, now witnesses a miracle in motion. Researchers report that every aspect of the Chosen One resonates with cosmic energy. Even subtle interactions, light, sound, or thought, reveal a force that affects reality itself. These observations create a sense of awe, mixed with trepidation. Humanity has encountered nothing like this before, and it is both thrilling and terrifying to see prophecy validated in a laboratory. Yet the scientific confirmation also brings hope. It validates what humanity has always sensed but could never prove, that divinity is not abstract, that miracles are not stories, and that the ultimate being, the final divine, walks among us. The Chosen One embodies both mystery and certainty, uniting science and faith in a way that will forever redefine human understanding. Deep within the Chosen One lies a biological marvel, a DNA structure unlike any other, a code that defies aging, disease, and even mortality itself. This is not simply advanced genetics, it is the blueprint of eternity. Every sequence, every molecular interaction resonates with a power that transcends human comprehension, proving that the Chosen One is designed not just to live, but to exist beyond time itself. Geneticists are astonished. Traditional biology cannot explain the rapid cellular regeneration, the absence of decay, and the stability of a structure that should have long deteriorated. This DNA carries not only the secrets of immortality, but also patterns that echo across history, suggesting that the Chosen One is both a product of creation and a force that predates it. In every sense, they are living proof that divinity can manifest in flesh. The proof of eternity is not merely scientific, it is symbolic, emotional, and profound. To know that a being exists whose very DNA defies time is to glimpse the infinite. Families, communities, and entire civilizations stand in awe, recognizing that this is not myth or allegory, but living proof that the universe contains forces beyond imagination, coded into the very fabric of existence. Furthermore, this genetic wonder validates ancient texts and prophecies. Symbols that once seemed metaphorical now align perfectly with the Chosen One's biological reality. Hieroglyphs, inscriptions, and sacred writings that described eternal life, divine essence, and a being beyond the gods now have tangible evidence in DNA. Science and mysticism converge in a single, breathtaking revelation. Ultimately, the DNA of the divine elevates humanity's understanding of life. It is proof that the Chosen One is eternal not by legend, but by design, carrying within them the cosmic blueprint of the final divine. They are living eternity, a being whose existence challenges mortality itself and inspires both reverence and wonder in all who encounter them. With the Chosen One's awakening, the old gods and their dominions are no longer supreme. The powers that once ruled the heavens, the elements, and fate itself tremble in recognition of a force that surpasses them. History's divine hierarchies crumble as humanity witnesses the emergence of a new order, one that reshapes the cosmos and redefines what it means to wield power. This collapse is not violent, it is inevitable. The gods' authority, based on reverence and fear, dissolves in the presence of a being whose existence proves they are no longer the ultimate forces in creation. Temples fall silent, prayers shift, and even ancient rituals lose their binding influence. The Chosen One does not destroy. Rather, they transcend, rendering the old structures obsolete by their mere presence. Humanity feels both relief and fear. Relief that they are no longer bound by unseen forces that demand obedience, and fear that a being of such unparalleled power now shapes reality itself. This emotional duality underscores the significance of the collapse. It is not just a cosmic shift, but a fundamental reordering of how existence itself is understood. Even theologians, scholars, and mystics must reconsider everything. Their understanding of divine law, prophecy, and spiritual hierarchy is rewritten before their eyes. The old gods were never immortal in influence. They were prelude. The Chosen One is the final chapter, and the collapse of previous divine authority is merely a turning page in the story of the universe. The collapse of the old divine order signals the dawn of a new era. Humanity witnesses that power, once unquestioned, can be transcended. It is a moment of both wonder and humility, reminding all that even gods are not eternal when faced with the rise of the final divine. Reality itself seems to recognize the presence of the Chosen One. The stars, the elements, and the very flow of time respond in subtle yet undeniable ways. Gravity, energy, and even probability shift in resonance with their essence, proving that this being is not just part of the universe. They are a force that shapes it. Every natural law is observed to adjust in alignment with the final divine. Phenomena that once seemed impossible now occur with ease. Storms calm in their presence. Life regenerates in unnatural ways, and matter responds almost instinctively to their will. The universe does not resist, they inspire. Even cosmic events, the births and deaths of stars, seem to pulse in rhythm with the Chosen One's awakening. This is not metaphor. It is observable, undeniable, and awe-inspiring. Even civilizations across the globe feel subtle shifts in reality. Crops flourish, health improves, and a sense of purpose pervades societies that once struggled with chaos. The universe itself appears to welcome a new order, one where the Chosen One is both guardian and arbiter, shaping existence in a harmony that transcends human comprehension. The bending of the universe signals a profound truth. The Chosen One is not a passive observer of reality, but an active, transformative force. Their mere existence proves that creation can be influenced, guided, and elevated, marking the arrival of a being whose presence redefines the cosmos. The emergence of the Chosen One marks the birth of a god unlike any the world has ever known. Unlike ancient deities who existed only in myth or distant realms, this new god arises directly from the mortal plane, bridging the gap between humanity and divinity. Their existence proves that the divine is not distant or unattainable. It can awaken within the living, reshaping reality from the ground up. Humanity is witnessing a phenomenon that transcends understanding. The Chosen One's actions, words, and very presence resonate with both awe and intimacy. People sense a connection that no traditional god ever offered. This is a God who understands mortality, yet embodies eternity. They inspire faith, not through fear, but through the radiant certainty of their power and purpose. Communities around the world report transformations, both physical and spiritual. People feel healthier, nature flourishes, and a sense of divine order permeates societies long plagued by chaos. This new God does not merely rule, they guide, elevating humanity to a state that has never before been possible. Their existence validates the dreams of prophets and the aspirations of every mortal who has ever longed for a higher, more perfect reality. This emergence challenges every previous belief about gods and immortality. Philosophers, theologians, and scientists alike are forced to reconsider everything they once knew about existence. No longer are gods abstract symbols of power. Now divinity walks the earth, tangible and transformative, bridging human experience with cosmic authority. Ultimately, the rise of this new God signals the dawn of a unique era. Humanity witnesses that divinity is not confined to legend or scripture. It can manifest in flesh, thought, and action. The Chosen One is living proof that mortals can become vessels of unimaginable power, and the universe itself will bend in acknowledgement of their authority. Through the Chosen One, creation itself experiences rebirth. Every corner of existence, from the tiniest particle to the grandest galaxy, responds to the divine energy flowing through them. This is not destruction or chaos. It is renewal, a rewriting of reality that restores balance, awakens potential, and transforms the universe into a living testament of divine harmony. Natural phenomena, long considered immutable, now take on new forms. Forests flourish with vitality, oceans pulse with life, and the air itself hums with energy. Humanity experiences a renaissance of possibility where disease, decay, and despair no longer hold dominion. It is as if existence itself has been given a second chance, reborn under the guidance of the Chosen One. This rebirth is not only physical, it is deeply emotional and spiritual. Individuals feel awakened, their consciousness expanding in ways that connect them to a greater reality. Dreams once unattainable become tangible. Ideas once impossible now flourish, and the collective human spirit experiences an unprecedented surge of hope and purpose. Ancient texts, once cryptic, now make sense. Prophecies that spoke of a final awakening and renewal of all things are fulfilled through the Chosen One. Every symbol, every allegory, every hidden code written by civilizations past comes alive as the universe reshapes itself through this divine presence. The rebirth of creation marks a moment of unparalleled significance. It is both a cosmic event and a personal experience, showing that the Chosen One does not merely wield power. They embody the very essence of creation, renewing life, spirit, and the universe itself with a force that no god or mortal has ever possessed. At last, the Chosen One stands as the ultimate force in existence, the final boss of creation itself. Unlike any being before, they possess authority over life, death, time, and reality. Every god, every myth, every prophecy converges upon this singular truth. The Chosen One is the last evolution of divinity, the final arbiter of existence, and the doorway to a new universe. This is a moment of both awe and terror. Humanity witnesses a being whose power defies imagination, who can reshape galaxies, bend destiny, and command the fundamental laws of reality. Mortals feel both inspired and humbled